Hello, my friend. Welcome to today's Girl Chat. As we do with Girl Chats, we just hop right into it. We're rambly. We talk about a lot of different things. I say we'll link everything in the show notes, and likely something will be missing because I'll talk a lot and forget. But this is the best of 2023 Girl Chat. So I'm really going to be talking about all of my favorite things from this year, everything from just all the things. There's going to be so many random things on here and a lot that we are going to be talking about. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I feel so ready for 2024. 2023 was absolutely amazing and filled with ups and downs and growth and discovery and play and figuring things out. I'm really excited for 2024. I know I released a podcast episode on reflecting on 2023, which I really want you guys to go back and listen on, because before you really want to set intentions or goals or resolutions or whatever it is for yourself, you've got to think about like what worked, what was awesome, what was fun, what was not, and focus and become grounded in that before thinking of what you're going to bring with you into 2024. Because if we don't do that, we kind of miss a step along the lines of moving forward, carrying things that are weighing us down or that we shouldn't be carrying anymore, or don't intentionally think that or maybe we don't think that we're carrying those things, but unless we are aware of it, we are, right? And they're taking up time, energy, capacity, whatever it is. So best of 2023 favorite things. I wanted to talk about all of it, but I'm going to start with books, which I read a lot of fiction once again this year. Not as much as I did in 2020. Like when you get back into reading fiction books, I feel like it overhauls you, it consumes you. Every second of the day you're thinking about the book that you're reading. But then you kind of get, or at least I got into this baseline of reading before bed. I can detach from the book. I can still be productive throughout my day. I'm not always grabbing my Kindle when there's a free moment. But I read a lot of fiction books. I didn't keep my highlight updated as much as I wanted to, just because I've been keeping on track on Goodreads or whatever. But the Elsie Silver series about the Eden family, and one is like called Heartless, the other is Powerless. That series where these Eden cowboys are chef's kiss amazing. The last one in the series was my favorite. They're all standalones, but kind of interconnected characters. I like that. I really find that I like series because standalone books where there's a lot of time spent in character development, in 2021, series were my top books of the year, like the Hades series by Tate James. And series are just my thing because I love getting to know the characters and then like getting to know their world, right? So really, 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 really good. The Elsie Silver Eden family series. And it's about cowboys in Montana on a ranch. I loved it. The personal development book that I loved, I really read it towards the end of 2022, and I started reading it again here in the end of 2023, and that is The Gap and the Gain. It really is for the person. This is a personal development book, but really beneficial for when you really feel like you are comparing yourself, when you really feel like you're being hard on yourself, when you really feel like you're living in the gap. Everybody else is achieving things or doing things, and you feel like you're just kind of stuck. I think if you are somebody who's like, I feel so stuck, I don't feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be, I feel like I'm not as far along as I should be, I think The Gap and the Gain is such a good read, because in The Gap and the Gain, it's also very tangible in the sense of teaching a very short, very doable practice to keeping yourself in the gain instead of the gap. Oh man, I wanted to share like the favorite things I watched, but really what I enjoyed watching was really a lot of the mainstream things, and I also can't even remember. I know that my husband and I really enjoyed the 1924 and 1883 Yellowstone spin-off series. Unpopular opinion, 1883 is better than Yellowstone. I know maybe 1883 came out in 2022, but we for sure rewatched it in 2023. That's how much we loved it. The Mario movie was a big highlight of this year. Like, that was just such a really cool family movie. My kids became obsessed with it. My youngest just became Mario obsessed and was just the cutest. For his birthday, he got the Mario costume, and I have memories of him just being adorable, acting like Mario. So the Mario movie was one of my favorite watches. I haven't watched it yet, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be obsessed with the Taylor Swift Eras tour. I'm going to watch that. It literally came out yesterday. So I'm excited about that to watch. But I love watching, like I said, all the regular things of the hot Netflix specials, the Virgin River series, the Firefly Lane. Like, I cannot even think about what I watched in 2023. So nothing even is like really that stand out. I know movie wise, nothing is standing out. I do want to see the Hunger Games prequel where it's like Snow's origin story, but Sean and I will totally wait for that to come on to rent on the TV. Like, as parents now, it's just like dinner and a movie does not seem like a really great date night at the theater, but like dinner and a movie at home, sign me up. Favorite memory of this year, so many. Everything from like going to Punta Cana with my husband for a work trip. It was from Volvo, the company. They sent us there because of a accomplishment my husband achieved. But it was like our first tropical out of the country vacation since becoming parents of 2 kids, and that was so fun, so amazing. We were on this huge property where we would drive the golf cart around. Like, everybody got their own golf cart because you had to drive your golf cart to the pool and to the beach and to the marina, and there was just all like around the golf courses. And so driving in the tropical sun, Sean brought the Bluetooth speaker with, so we'd play Morgan Wallen and Luke Combs as we're driving through, and we just loved that. We loved that trip. We had a really great time. I got a very special necklace on Mother's Day that is a gemstone from the island that's like special to the island, but it was just really special to be like this Mother's Day little memory of our trip, and also a little surprise present that I received. Was really one of the highlights of my year. And then another one was when I went wake surfing at the end of the summer. I was with my cousins at her lake cabin, and my cousins are they're so cool. They're so fun. And we were wrapping up the summer season, and one of my cousins was like, Joelle, get in the boat. Like, we're going wake surfing. And they are skiers, and my cousins are amazing skiers. And they had tried on 4th of July weekend to get me to go skiing, and I was like, no. But with wake surfing, there was just something in me that was like, I know I'm going to be pretty good at this. And my cousin is also a really great boat driver, so I got up on my first try wake surfing. And then I tried again, and I was falling. And then I was like, I'm going to give it one more go. And on my last one, I got back up and I went, and it was just amazing. I actually had to let go of the rope because my legs were giving out, and I had to get off because my legs were so tired. And that just really solidified, like, I want to be strong and fit so I can really do things like this. Like, when I had to stop wake surfing because my legs were giving out, I was like, oh, I need to get stronger, And also, I put wake surfing on my 2024 bucket list bingo card, which, if you want to know about that, in the Patreon, I shared a video of my 2024 planning process, and I talked about my 2024 prayer for the year, how I set up my planner, and then my 2024 bucket list bingo card, which is so cool. I'm so not a visual person. I'm not an aesthetic girly, but for some reason I'm a checkbox person. So when I saw this going around on TikTok, and if you just type into TikTok 2024 bucket list bingo, you'll see people create their bingo cards, and I talk about it in the Patreon. So $5 a month. There's like no brainer for the extra content that you guys are getting in there. But I put on wake surfing on my bingo card again. And the caveat is I want my kids in that boat, because I want my kids to see me try something and fall and get back up and try again and have fun. And I really did. I showed them the video, and I talked to my oldest about how I was nervous, and I'm proud of myself that I did that. But I want at least my oldest to be in the boat and see me do that. Some of my other just random favorites for the year. This is kind of just like my own personal diary of 2023. It's my extensions. I got extensions in February, and it really just got me back into the routine and rhythm of doing my hair and liking my hair. I lost a lot of hair after I got COVID in 2021, like a lot of my hair, and it takes a long time for hair to grow back. So 2023, I had healthy hair again, but it just wasn't what it once was lengthwise. So I got myself extensions. And while extensions wasn't the answer or the catalyst for like all of these things, it got me back to doing my hair. And I realized like I love styling my hair. I like when I've done something with my hair. I like caring for my hair. I like doing my makeup. And now the extensions are out, probably just for a little while, and giving my hair a little bit of a break, because we're going to be doing some things over the holidays that involve a pool. And I was just like, it doesn't make sense for me to get new extensions. And then if I go in the pool, then not that they'll get wrecked, but like, I just was like, we'll give my hair a break and probably go back to them early 2024. But I loved them. I really loved them. I'm glad I did it. I really felt good when my hair looked good. I really, really did. And so I'm now going to be so much better at getting my hair cut and highlighted every 10 to 12 weeks, not letting that go unmaintained, because even though I had the extensions, I wasn't keeping up with my highlights, and my hair got dark, dark, dark. Like my hair got dark, dark, dark. And I was thinking maybe I need to be one of those girls that's like, girl, stop blonding your hair. And I see myself in pictures now with my dark hair without my blonde extensions in, because with my extensions, it kind of gave like an ombre effect, where it was dark roots, light length of extensions. But I'm not a natural. I'm not a natural girly. I'm just not going to be. And so we did phase 1 of the blonding this last time. We will be doing phase 2 of the blonding come February, probably another phase 10 weeks after that. And then I can really feel like I'm back to that blonde me, because when I see pictures of myself, videos of myself, blonde it's for me. It's for me. And I discovered that. So my Simple Modern cups, you guys know I got on the emotional support cup bandwagon, and I didn't go for the Stanley. I went for the Simple Modern, and now I have 2 Simple Modern 40-ounce tumblers. I'm now replacing my like 24-ish blender bottles, the plastic ones. I'm now replacing those with the metal Simple Modern ones, just because I don't want to be drinking out of plastics anymore. Even though in that type of situation where if I'm using a blender bottle for something, I'm usually drinking it and then I'm done. I'm not letting the liquid linger in the cup. But I still am just like, I'm going to upgrade these, and even it's going to be a stocking stuffer for my husband. He already knows that. So I'm going to get him a black Simple Modern shaker cup, and I've loved that. I got on the emotional support water bottle train, and I love it. And I love having plain water in it, but then I also love zhuzhing it up, especially in the afternoon, where I've kind of been creating like a hydration mocktail There's a couple of these on my TikTok where I fill it up with some ice water and then maybe I add a spindrift or some type of bubbly water and then maybe Element or a liquid hydration or a pack of Energize, where sometimes, and I know the whole thing with like colors and fake sugars and stuff, but sometimes I will just put a little flavoring packet in there. It just depends on the day, but I really enjoyed having like the one simple modern of plain water and then another of, something fun, something refreshing. And I liked that. So I was doing that a lot in 2023. My nighttime routine greater than morning routine. I have my morning routines, whether I get up before the kids, whether I work out before the kids are up, whether I work out later in the day, whether I get my Bible study in. It was all over the place in 2023. I do want to rein that in 2024. But my nighttime routine is amazing and I've come to a lot of conclusions with it. So I love taking a shower in the evening. In the summertime, taking a cold shower after a hot day, like just feels so good to like take a cold shower, put the pajamas on, refreshed, right? In the wintertime, heat shower, hot shower, feels so good. Take your time in there. Let your nervous system just like relax, because I've noticed when I've taken a hot shower before bed, I sleep so much better than the nights that I don't. It's really kind of crazy. It's really been kind of crazy to me discovering like, wow, I really do fall asleep easier and stay asleep and get a better night's rest on the nights where I take a night shower. And I think that's because the night shower really just triggers all the other things. So I go from night shower to skincare to climbing into bed, doing my journaling that I do and learned from the Gap and the Gain, which it's super simple. Like I said, write down 3 things that are wins or 3 things that you are grateful for about the day that happened, and then write down 3 things for tomorrow. If I have more time to journal on that, if there's something I need to work through, I'll do more journaling. I'll write under it, but it's just like write down those 3 things, move on, crawl in bed, read my book, fall asleep. Literally love that routine. I love that routine. One thing I'm trying to add in is like laying out my clothes for the next day. So it'd be shower, skincare, pajamas, figure out the clothes for the next day, just so then I'm not waking up and like trying to figure out what workout outfit I'm going to put on, or am I going to be getting dressed for the day, or am I going to be putting on sweats? Like if I know I'm not going to work out that next day or that next morning, figuring out an outfit in that space instead of like right away in the morning when I've got to get the kids breakfast and all that stuff. So my nighttime routine greater than morning routine. I said what I said. I said what I said, and I can't believe what I said, because I have identified and still identify more of a morning person. But now that I know, especially with hormones and about sleep, it's like sometimes you just have to prioritize sleep over everything else. And I wish I could go back in time and tell myself that to the woman who had a newborn and a literal 2-year-old. Like, don't get up early. Why are you doing that? There's so much time in the day. When you wake up during the daytime, like it makes sense as to why when I was setting an alarm for 4:45, I was tired at 3 because I had already been awake for 11 hours, right? Anyways, tangent, side note, and there's a time and place for like early morning routines, but when it comes to hormone health and prioritizing sleep, like sleep wins. Sleep wins. I will still, if I have a terrible night's sleep, and even if I planned to work out in the morning, I turn that alarm off and I don't feel guilty about it. I do not feel guilty about it at all, because sleep greater than everything else. Poppy, didn't see this one coming, but you guys have heard of the like prebiotic, probiotic sodas. Poppy, Olipop. Those are really the two that stand out. And I used to be a kombucha girl, but then I was like, oh, it's just getting too sweet. And sometimes a lot of those have extra added sugars. And it just wasn't the same, because with the kombucha, a serving size isn't that whole bottle. A serving size sometimes is 2.5 of those, or like there's 2.5 servings in one of those bottles. But I have been loving Poppy, and they sell them at Costco. You can get packs of Poppy at Costco. Although I feel like the orange flavor and the grape flavor are my absolute favorite, and they're not in the same pack. My son actually really likes the root beer one. So oftentimes at Costco, we'll get the grape root beer and then their Doc Pop one, which is kind of like a cola-esque one. That one's okay, but there's caffeine in that one. So it's not, that's what I've been loving to do, is like cracking my grape Poppy or my orange Poppy or the strawberry lemonade Poppy in the evening and just like relaxing, vegging out. The Jimmy John's dill pickle chips. Now you guys know I am a pickle girly. I love all kinds of pickles. Another really amazing thing of 2023 was pickling with my dad and like learning with him and talking to him and like seeing, which my dad doesn't follow a recipe every single time. It's just like when the cucumbers are ready, we got a pickle. And sometimes we have dill, sometimes we don't have garlic, sometimes. And I was like, no, Dad, we're going to figure this out. And we did some pickle experimentation, but I'm a pickle girly. My mouth is literally watering right now. And I love dill pickle chips. We love the pickle popcorn from Aldi. We love pickle everything in this house. My friend got me pickle chapstick one time, and I think she did it as like haha joke. I actually used the entire tube of chapstick. I am a pickle person, and I've always been about the old Dutch dill pickle chips. And for those of you who aren't in the Midwest, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry you have not experienced the old Dutch dill pickle chips, because they are superior. Lay's doesn't compare. Doesn't compare. Not even close. The Lay's dill pickle chips to me taste more like salt and vinegar. Well, this year at Costco, we stumbled across the spicy dill pickle chips. Kettle cooked. They're great. But do you know what came out of left field? Jimmy John's. Out of left field, seemingly out of nowhere, Jimmy John's pulls up to the chat and is like, we're going to have limited edition dill pickle chips. And my husband frequents Jimmy John's for the days he doesn't bring lunch from home. I am getting hungry talking about this. He frequents Jimmy John's, and he got a bag for me. He brought it home, and I literally was like, these are the best dill pickle chips of all time. They're better than the old Dutch. And guess what? They're limited edition. So when he found out that they were going away, he went and bought me like 6 bags. And then I went and bought 6 more. And I've been trying to slowly go through them. But Jimmy John's dill pickle chips, 10 out of 10 recommend. And then I'm going to finish out with, I didn't really have any fashion favorites that aren't new. For example, in the summertime, still my favorite thing to wear is the athletic dresses with some type of button up over the top of it with a sandal, whether it's a flat or a wedge. It just was, every time I went out in that outfit, I was like, I feel good and this is adorable. And I got compliments on my outfit. And podcasts. I love the podcast called Got It From My Mama. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But I discovered it because when the whole Super Bowl was happening at the beginning of the year, I was obsessed with Donna Kelce because Jason Kelce reminds me so much of my firstborn, and Travis Kelce reminds me of my second. It's kind of uncanny. It's kind of canny and crazy how like my boys' personalities are the same. So I saw Donna Kelce went on the Got It From My Mama, MOMMA. It's with Jennifer Vickery Smith. Went on that podcast. I was like listening listening 5 times, and I did. And then I subscribed, and you guys, she has these famous people's moms on the show, and it is such a good listen. If you're a country music fan, it's a lot of country music moms, like Priscilla Block and her mom. She's got Sadie Robertson's mom, Riley Green's mom, Donna Kelsey, NBA players' moms. There's just so many amazing mom. Luke Bryan's mom. Just really, the Jonas Brothers' mom. Like, you guys, come on. Some amazing, amazing ladies on the podcast, and it's just amazing to listen to. And then the other podcast that I have really enjoyed, and this is new, a friend recommended this to me, but now I am obsessed. And this is a faith-based podcast. So if you're not into that, don't be into that. That's fine. But it's the Candace Cameron Bure podcast, DJ Tanner from Full House. Her podcast is really cool because she does seasons, and each season is the same speaker and there's a similar topic. And the one that I really loved, she uploaded it 2 days ago. So that would be from December 12th of 2023. It's titled, It's Just Me and Jesus. It's Just Me and Jesus. Why was that like really hard to say and read? It's Just Me and Jesus. That one is with a speaker, and their series is really about don't quit. But in this particular episode, they talk about, what about that time when it's like, what if it is time to quit? Is there a time to quit? And they go through how to discern when to quit something, because sometimes you got to quit. Sometimes you've got to let go of something so something else can come in. And they gave these really great 5 questions to reflect on like, if I feel like I should quit something, run these questions through your mind, through your heart, journal, pray on it, obviously. But that really helped me discern, and all of this just everything piles on, because I'm telling you guys, in this last week, some crazy things have happened, conversations have happened. A podcast like this has just landed in my ears, in my heart, in my mind at the right time to set me up for 2024, because there were some things I was looking at and I'm like, do I carry this with me in 2024? Do I bring this with me in 2024? Should I be doing this in 2024? And then I got those 5 questions, and it made it real clear if it was a yes, no, or maybe. Because sometimes the answer is maybe. Like, don't decide on it. Don't dish it out right now. But like, there were some like, nope, that's not coming with you. So that episode was just really good. And the Candace Cameron Bure podcast, I feel, is one that I'm going to refer back to and back to and back to and back to. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys this year, my best of 2023. I know I'm probably forgetting a lot of things, but also there wasn't a whole lot new that came into my life this year when it comes to like consumer type products things. For example, the planner that I bought is from the same company that I bought my planner from for the last 3 years. My favorite Bible studies are from the same company I bought them from in the last 3 years. And my clothes, I really didn't upgrade a lot of my clothes this year. I had a really great 2023. I hope that you did too. Coming up onto the podcast, I'm going to do an episode on my 2024 wellness plan. You guys loved that episode in 2023. That's like one of my most downloaded episodes from the year, which kind of surprises me. I also am going to be doing content on Patreon. I know I mentioned the 2024 recap class that's kind of taking place of the vlog for this month, and I'm going to do a class on fasting. I've been getting a lot of questions about that, and if there's new information, there's a new resource, there's some new stuff coming up about that, and then a Bible study about productivity and how and why we prioritize productivity when God didn't. It's going to be kind of spicy, especially for somebody who loves some productivity. It was something I heard and I was like, oh, gut punch, I need to investigate. And then now I'm like, I've got to share it with my Patreon girlies. So you can join us there for $5 a month. I will leave that linked in the show notes down below. But if I mentioned something in this episode and you want the specifics on it, just send me a DM on Instagram and I'd love to chat with you guys there. I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye.